Back at Hoops Family Field, Marshall picks up its first win of the season, first game of the season, 4-0, as Coach Grassie says, over the Oakland Golden Grizzlies. Coach, you kind of look at that first half. You guys really established the pace in that first half, and I think built off that from that basically minute and a half in when Matthew put the ball in the back of the net.
Yeah, no, we scored. I mean, I think they're telling me we hit the post 5 times in the first half, or the post and the crossbar 5 times, which I've never really seen before, so probably a lot more to come. We should have probably put the game to bed a little bit earlier than we did.
Yeah, you talk about Matthew Bell tonight. You and I talked about it in the pregame. You move him back in that attacking midfield position. Was that kind of what you expected to see, that real dominating presence for him? Because it seemed like he had the ball at his feet a lot tonight and was productive.
Yeah, I think it kind of gives him space to kind of dictate the game and come a bit late. And then when he does make the run, he's being tracked by maybe a less mobile midfielder sometimes, and being tracked coming from deeper positions, which is really hard for the defense to pick up. They don't know if it's their man or the midfield man, and then it's too late.
Even though Alvaro Garcia Pascual doesn't put the ball in the back of the net, he had a presence tonight. The top of the formation there, he really put a lot of pressure on that back line for Oakland.
Yeah, for sure. No, he's a beast. He held the ball up well, unselfish play. You know, I think there was only probably one shot he should have passed where he took a shot, but everything else all night he was laying things off and knocking things down and holding the ball for us, which was just tremendous.
Outside of a win, what is the goal of Game 1 for you?
I mean, the win is pretty much the goal. Trying to win every game. And I think, for Game 1, you want to see the fruition of all the work you put in pre-season. And so it's kind of important to see good habits start to form, and things that you've been working on, put into practice. And we got a little sloppy there in the middle of the second half, so, gives us something to coach and work on, before the next game.
You look at this team tonight, Gabe doesn't have a single save, right? You talk about your back line. You and I talked about it pre-game, the fact that that trip to Brazil in the offseason gave you a chance to really test this team, see what they could handle. Talk about that back line. Talk about Gabe tonight. Gabe didn't do much, right? But the opportunities he had to make a save, he was there.
Yeah, no, he did. Did tremendous communicating and with his common presence behind. And when he was called upon, a lot more with the feet than with the hands. But that's typical for a Marshall goalkeeper, just playing out from the back. And he did that exceptionally well. And then the back line were kind of in sync tonight in terms of who would step out when somebody steps, who covers, and how to pick up their, they had runners from wide coming inside, and I thought our fullbacks dealt really well with them.
You talked a little bit about that. I noticed in that first half, Oakland started with 3 on the back on their own line. It seemed like you guys really took advantage of that, attacking that 3 in the back, kind of some through balls, some long balls along that far side to IMS as well.
Yeah, I think that's the sort of the beauty of football. If you're going to keep possession of the play, like their centre back has to leave the line to pick up one of our, Alvaro Bell, one of our 10s in the hole there, and then that allows space for one of our wingers or other forwards to run into, and then there's all sorts of rotations you can do from there to exploit that space. But because if they're going to step, they can either choose to stay and then we make a pass in front of them and turn and go, or if they check in, we play in behind them, and we kind of did that really well, especially early on in the first half.
Yeah, I think we saw that, right, with Matthew Bell being so effective early on. First career hat trick for him, Coach. I mean, I think we're going to start with Matthew Bell. We're going to end with Matthew Bell. That was just an impressive performance all around for Matthew in terms of putting the ball in the back of the net and really being efficient on goal-scoring opportunities, too.
Yeah, no, definitely. He's kind of had a bit of a quiet preseason in terms of the goals, but you got to show up when the record books are running, and get the goals, and he'll get the match ball tonight, signed by the guys, and he's already asked me for it, so we'll make sure he gets in. Look, hopefully we run out of balls because our strikers and forwards keep scoring hat tricks every game.
All right, Coach. Congratulations on the win. We'll see you on Monday.
Take care.